Welcome to Mini Moving Moments, our masterclass. This is Dr. Lori Baudino.
I'm Rachel Singer.
We're so happy to have you back again. Today, we are exploring the E for engage in our word dance. We've done our D, differentiated our movements, we've attached them together. We shared about narration, really thinking about what we're accurately doing in our bodies that brings our feelings and events to our consciousness. And then we have this empathic engagement, these interactions that we have.
So, what is body knowledge? Our awareness and ability to pay attention to how we move our bodies and the sensations that we experience as we move, both physically and emotionally. The impact of our body movements on our internal world, external world, and within our relationships can be far reaching. Our body movements can affect our thoughts, emotions, and physical health. They can also affect how we interact with others and how others perceive us.
You know how a fever happens in our body when we have a virus and it lets our body know that we're fighting off something or protecting us? We also know that we have a baseline, that 98, right? And when our fever goes up, we have to take care of ourselves. Well, Rachel and I are here to tell you about our true temperature check, that you're able to check our mental temperature. Are you stressed or are you relaxed? What kind of language do you use? What are your ideas like, your perceptions? Or your body temperature. Are you receptive, like open arms, facial expressions, bright eyes, and arms spread wide? Or are you dismissive, really feeling like your eyes are lowered down, your shoulders slumped? What's that body look like in interactions that you have with others? And then your soul temperature. Are you depleted, feeling exhausted, lacking energy? Or are you feeling abundant, full of energy, full of feeling energized? When we know our true temperature, our baseline, we can identify if we need support when the baseline starts to shift, when our body postures change, or the way we speak has a different tone or quality to it, or even just that energy, that spirit in us. I imagine you might be able to think about friends or loved ones where you can know what their temperature's like on a general day. Maybe you'll start to know about
So,
yours.
Dr. Lori is now going to share another vignette from our book that will help you to think a bit about this idea of empathic engagement. This is a story about Brian, who is 15 years old. And he shared, "My classmate is so rude when he tells me what to do. I told him to stop it."
When a parent or a child communicates a strong belief, judgment, or a label for describing another person, I think about a kaleidoscope. When we look at ourselves and each other like a simple cylinder of colors tilted to one side or the other, it reveals an entirely different picture and perspective. As adults, we tend to label specific actions and movements with judgmental words like rude, aggressive, lazy, bossy, shy. You might have heard those words before. We may see the situation from one angle, but a child like yourself could have a completely different perspective and might just be moving. I acknowledge behaviors as movements rather than definitive intentions or states of being. In therapy, when Brian told me about his classmate's rudeness, I supported him to first look at his own body posture, his facial expressions, and tension in his muscles and in movements. We explored what his body state communicated through his kaleidoscope. Then we observed his classmates' body movements and posture. Brian laughed as he shook his stiff shoulders and shared that he and the classmate had the same tight muscle posture. He realized that neither of them was rude, but were just affecting a tense posture that could easily be changed or shaken off. This new perspective on movement made Brian feel more inclusive of his classmates' needs, ultimately opening his awareness to accept his friend as more similar to him than different. The new or changed image in the kaleidoscope showed two boys trying to navigate a friendship, two boys being assertive and engaging, not rude.
So, as we think about the kaleidoscope, we invite you to explore another movement experience. So, take a posture. I'm going to take one with my arms up high and try and see about moving in this posture. And then notice Maybe putting your own kaleidoscope on to observe. I'm going to observe Lori's movement. And now I'm going to try hers on. So we invite you to think about trying on someone else's movement is the same way of thinking about trying on their emotions and their feelings. Trying to see what it's like from their perspective. Invite you to notice the similarities and the differences between your body, and somebody else's body, and then write down maybe a label of how it looks in movement. Explore verbally how that behavior, quote unquote, is just a body movement, and try to omit your assumptions or judgments, even as hard as it might be.
There's so many ways to look at how we interact with one another and taking away those labels and just focusing on how we're expressing and being living, empathic, engaging individuals.
Check out our Moving Moments in Childhood book. You can find it on Amazon as well as from the Routledge website. And we also offer masterclass sessions, so check it out. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Keep moving.